Hey, good afternoon. Welcome back again. 2 p.m. with the Trigger. Rich Bontrager here with you. And it's a wonderful day. Always here to help you shine on camera and shine on stage. And we come from different angles and different conversation pieces on what helps us all do that in different industries. One of the things that has happened since pandemic, we've seen it over and over again. Companies are filing bankruptcy and they're closing, they're rolling back. The shift to online shopping has been a big part. A shift to marketing being different has been a huge shift. And it all intersects with what I coach, what I teach, and what we do at Rock the Stage is. A lot of this also is connected to sales, marketing, communication online is different than any other thing people have experienced before. And we just recently heard about Bed Bath and Beyond closing up, filing bankruptcy, and the shops are closing as we speak. You know, they faced a lot of challenges. They had challenges going into the pandemic. They had challenges through pandemic, like many people did. And now we're finding out on the backside, one of the biggest things they're admitting was their marketing did not match the people, the clientele. Also, their marketing did not work with a changing of products and services that they used to have. And they tried to upscale, they tried to go fancy, they tried to do some things. And the customers were like, no, that's not us. And they lost customers, they lost revenue. Of course, pandemic drastically affected everybody. And coming out of that, they did not make the biggest pivot to handle online service. So ask yourself, CEO, new entrepreneur, ask yourself, as someone who's working in a marketing field right now, trying to navigate this new landscape, what are you doing to best prepare your company, your sales representatives, your people that used to be on a phone bank? What are you doing to best leverage video to help them know how to answer this new area we live in? I've done coaching with companies, and some of the companies have admitted we stink on camera. Our people used to be great in person. They would go sit down, they would have a cup of coffee, they would talk, shake hands, laugh, give a hug sometimes. But the shift to online was painful for them because they didn't know how to behave. They weren't camera ready, they weren't professional looking. They looked like they were just sitting outside on their back stump, and they weren't dressed professionally. They weren't coming across confident. And confidence is a big part of sales. A big part of sales is always you're confident, you know your product, you know the ins and outs, you know how you're going to come across with power or softness. But this is different. This is very different. And it is media, it is television, it is a different way of communicating. And we're seeing company after company after company for multiple reasons. But one of them is online marketing is not being handled well, and they're falling behind. Ask yourself, do you want to fall behind with your marketing, with your sales? Do you want to fall behind with being in touch with what your clientele wants? Because that's what happened with Bed Bath and Beyond. They admit they lost touch with what they really wanted, and the struggle went on and on. They got the wrong products in, and it just didn't match. Let's go back and let's talk about this a little bit on what do you need to do with your online marketing persona, with your brand. You need to think TV now. You need to think, if you're in marketing and sales, if you are launching a brand new product line, and if you do not have a digital store, you need to have a really good digital store. You need to have where people can go, scroll, 360, move the product around. You have to have the right links, the right jargon. You need to have the details of the product. All of that needs to be there now. Do that before you launch your product line, and do that before you make a change. Over communicate with your people the launching of the store. Now, there's a lot of digital stores that we've been on. I've been on, you've been on, and it's frustrating because it's not easy to navigate. Beta test, test drive, sample what you're going to do with your people before you do it. Again, this goes back to the idea of what television producers and writers and directors do. They create a pilot for a new TV series, and they test it with test marketing. They have people watch it streaming now, and they watch it live in person, and they critique it to see what's ready to go. Many pilots never make it. Many pilots get maybe called up now for a second attempt, a second pilot. Back in the day, that never happened. Never. It was very rarely. Or they go direct for the first 6 episodes and they say, let's try 6 episodes and then reevaluate right around the holiday season. Take that example, what I'm describing in the media world, and do that with your online presence. Do that with your store. Announce it, beta test it, see if it's going, get all the quirks and kinks and bad problems out of it. Make sure it's branded well, it navigates well, and people will understand where they're buying. Make sure that when they click the purchase, the thank you notice goes out, the return policy goes out. All these things that we now have to communicate virtually, but you have to make it feel like it's a personal touch. You can't make it feel like just an automated robot doing nothing. Again, companies have failed by being so automated, the human is out. So that's number 2 here, I think. If you're launching, if you're working on sales, and again, especially CEOs, you want to cut money. I understand you want to cut money. And the first thing to go is talent and people. It's happened in radio. It's happened in TV. Do you know how many radio stations used to be live? You would have your favorite DJ on in the afternoon playing your favorite records and having a great time. They're gone. Perhaps iHeartRadio and other conglomerates have come in and they will have voice tracking. Voice tracking is a local guy or a national guy reading some liners in a studio by themselves, not live, and they plug them in on a computer and they play it back whenever they want to, and you don't hear the local weather unless there's a local weather insert, someone different than the other voice you're hearing. They don't mention the time of the hour. Hey, it's coming up on 2 o'clock here. They don't do that. They'll say we're coming up on the top of the hour because it doesn't matter what time zone they're in. There's all these little tricks, but you lose that personal touch. And radio was always about personal touch. That's why podcasting has exploded, because podcasting is going back to the original idea of radio. Personal, interactive, taking the calls, knowing the content. Do that with your sales team. Teach them how to handle the new medium. Treat it like a podcast. Treat it like a discussion. Treat it like an interview, but teach them how to, when they're talking to a prospective client, when they're on a call, they're selling, look that camera in the eye. Talk directly to the camera. Hi, how you doing today, Steve? Nice to see you. We got a new sale going on. I know you bought XYZ before, but this is the newest upgrade. Let me tell you about that. And then if you have any questions, but make it personal, make it engaging. Even in this area of marketing right now, many companies, many CEOs and marketing directors are going cheap. We're getting anybody that can get on camera or get on microphone to try and do this. This is a different skill set. If you do not have this skill set on your team, you need to start marketing and looking for media-minded, media-trained people to help you in your corporations. Marketing is always dialed back. Number 1 in the recession, number 1 in tough times, number 1, marketing is dialed back. Talent-based marketing is dialed back even faster because you don't want to pay the talent to do what needs to be done. Think what could have happened with Bed and Bath if they had a good team, people that knew how to show up on camera and talk about the changes, why they made the changes, why they went to a different product line, the pros, if they had done literally like an informational podcast, field questions, but instead, most places are going now, punch 1 to do this, punch 2 to do this, punch 3. And by the time you get to where you want to get to, we all know what happens. Please leave a message and we'll get back to you later on. Or they ramble through. If you do not get where you want to, please press 1 and return and go through it all again. Do not do automation like that. Come alive. Be personal. Use media the way media was designed to be for you and your company. We're going to see more of this. We're going to see more companies roll back, fold, and collapse because we live in a new era. We need a new, brave, exciting time of media centric marketing. It used to cost too much to be on radio or TV. It used to cost too much to do an ad on some special event program. All those excuses are gone now. All those excuses are gone because you can produce, create, and do your own thing. That's why podcasting, again, is becoming a huge thing. If you do not have a podcast and you run a corporation, you need to have a podcast for your corporation. First of all, it's great information. People want to know about who the CEO, who's marketing director, what new things are coming up. It's an easy way to create FOMO, have a commercial, and information conduit. Create one for your company. It's a great way to interview some of the products that you service and have these product creators and promote and interview and talk to them about the new product line, the new things coming out, what's changed from last season to this season. People will eat that up. And then you can chop this up, as we talked about many times here, use the micro content, use it on social media, and have a little link included to draw them back to your business website, draw them back to your shopping cart page, and help them understand how to navigate in this world. Customers don't know how to navigate in this new world because it's changing so fast. Companies don't know how to navigate in this new world of media-centric business because it's changing too fast, and they were never taught. This was not anything that we learned about in marketing. And believe me, from the broadcast media side, this was not even in our mind either. We were not thinking when I was in school learning, oh, someday I'm going to be doing this independently and helping all these small companies. It was never on the radar or scope of teaching. The bankruptcy of Bed Bath & Beyond. It's sad to see it go. Over 14,000 employees are going to be without jobs. That's 14,000 people back in the job market looking for jobs that they've been trained for. But we all know that job market is shrinking more and more. Stores are now going automated for automated checkout. Those jobs are gone. They don't even bag your own groceries. You bring your own bags now. The world has changed, and with it, the way we market, the way we share information has got to be more media centric to help you succeed and help you thrive. I would love to help you with this. I would love to help spend time, get in a call, talk further about this. Rock to Stage Media is all about helping you shine on camera and shine on stage so that your brand authority only gets bigger and bigger and bigger and stronger. Book a free call today. Use that QR code right now and book a call, and we can discuss what you're doing, where you're at, where you're going. And if you're getting squeezed and if you're not hitting the market, your marketing, communication, if you don't understand the world of media and how it can help you and your sales team, I love working with sales team to help them learn how to be more media savvy right here. How many of you are using Zoom still for marketing, meeting, and planning? Let's have a conversation on that. How many of you are using it for outreach and creating your short videos? Let's talk about it. Don't become another casualty. Don't fall to what we've always done, and it's going to go back to normal. It's going to return as we've proven the last year and a half, almost 2.5 years completely. We have proven one thing. The world is not returning back to what it was. We are moving forward, and we need to learn to adjust. Welcome to the media age. I hope your business is thriving. I hope your business is doing fantastic. But if not, reach out. Let's talk and let's have a great conversation. And again, as always, you can always email as well, rich@richbontrager.net. And again, my brand promise is always take it directly. That goes right to me, not to the rest of my team. I will answer your email and we'll book a call and get things rocking for you. Hey, don't forget, we do have an amazing event coming up. I am getting so excited about the I Stutter event. I do stutter, and so do thousands upon thousands of people. The email, the comments, the feedback that are coming in about this amazing week of May 8th through the 13th is building and building. You don't want to miss it. We're going to do special live 2 p.m. features on this with special guests, other people that are overcoming the stuttering, learn how to navigate the stuttering. They're going to share their story, their experiences. And the reason we're doing this is to help you understand what stuttering is, what it's not, and to take away the pressure that everyone experiences when you meet someone that stutters and you don't know what to do. Join us for a fun-filled, amazing week coming up the 8th to the 13th of May. Hey, that's going to do it for me today. I will be back here tomorrow with more 2 p.m. with the Trigger. And again, learn more about media, training for your business, and let's get you rocking in 2023. We'll see you tomorrow.